There's one more thing I was thinking of.
Look at Aeroflame and versus D1.
Yeah, I heard this was apparently really good, and then the way D1 is, I don't know if you heard, but he's like a Spurg as well.
Oh
So
my
they're
god.
both they're both Spurgs. But apparently Arrow has Neji. I think I could be
Oh
wrong,
shit.
but I think Arrow has Neji and D1 has Kimar. Now let's be real. The fact that this is even a topic. This is blatantly dishonest. Like whoever
Oh
is
yeah.
taking Neji is ratting their
Yeah, they're
fucking
definitely
ass
fucking ratting.
off. Yeah, like
He lost to
Kimar is
fucking
way above this motherfucker. Even sick.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Neji fucking lost to Kidomaru. He's not fucking
yeah.
Kidomaru.
So
Uh,
but I'm just putting that out there. But we're gonna check this out. We're gonna go through this one a lot more quicker because he like it won't be as nowhere near as bad as the other one. I don't think it will be. But I know this shit's gonna be funny though. So I
yeah, they're
heard a
probably gonna be
lot.
fucking spurging the whole time.
Yeah. This will be a fun one. But as always, guys, it's your boy Batman. We'll do another reaction, and then we're gonna see how this goes and whatnot. I believe I'm correct on who has who, but I could be wrong.
Yes, sir.
It's fucking quiet. What the fuck?
God damn, what the fuck? It's fucking silent.
What the fuck? For a minute?
Holy shit.
Here, both just
Oh, there they are.
Makes a statement that in terms of speed.
The fuck was up with that?
So basically, my question to you is that how would you know that this is not an AP thing rather than a speed thing? Because we know in his earlier
Like,
stages,
did we miss something?
God makes the statement that
What the fuck?
Oh, Arrow's like super low, but I guess D1 can still hear him, so that's why he's responding to him.
Oh shit.
Gotcha.
God makes the statement that. So basically, my question to you is that how would you know that this is not an AP thing rather than a speed thing? Because we know in his earlier stages, God makes the statement that in terms of speed, Lee can't be surpassed, which will also be pertaining to Neji. He states this in his like early stages and like his gates.
Okay, so
Like
D1's. Okay, so yeah, so D1 does have Kimmaru, and Aeroflame
Yeah.
has Neji, and D1's referencing to the point where Guy's talking about Lee versus Gara. So, right now.
Yeah. Let's see how
states
this
this
goes.
when he takes off his weights. Makes a statement that
I'm gonna be
in
real
terms
with
of
you,
speed-
Jay. If Arrow's taking Neji, I think that's because he's very confident that he can be able to beat him with the losing
Yeah.
stance.
He probably thinks he can beat D1. With
Yeah,
that shit.
because there's no way Aeroflame actually believes in that shit. I know
Yeah,
that.
nah.
Lee
Nah,
can't
I
be
highly doubt he
surpassed. So
actually
how do
believes
you
that.
know that this is not an AP thing rather than a speed thing?
because if he's getting like dozens of times strong, unless we're both saying
Bro, Arrow's audio is horrible. But
This
I
shit
can
is
hear
fucking
him.
low.
I can hear him, but it's horrible.
Yeah, it's
unless
fucking
you
loud.
think
Really
that
loud.
base league can't hurt Neji, because oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
I was just saying, like, do you think that base league can't hurt base Neji?
Basically, can't. No, I think he. I don't. We just don't know.
Well, we do know because we know that base league can hurt Gara, and Gara can hurt Sasuke. Sasuke can hurt Naruto, and Naruto can hurt Neji.
When does basically hurt Gar?
He actually cuts his cheek. Hold on, let me get
That's unweightedly.
this. Is that not base league?
Unweightedly and basically two different things though.
What is base form? What do you consider that?
His when he has the weights on.
That's not a weight. That's not his base form because he has something nerfing him. That's not his base.
Yeah, we know when he takes off the weights, he enters first gate.
That's interesting. What I will say, to be fair, this depends how they're going to argue this from here. But if I was technically picking just from this moment and this overall, I'm a little bit on D1's side in a way. I don't know about you, Jay, because like when he's always wearing weights, like in character. You know what I mean? So technically, that's more of his base form, and then he only takes off his weights when he like it's dire or like some moral rule or some shit. And now he's weightless speed and he's like fucking a beast. You know what I mean? So it's understandable for what D1's trying to construe to why it's base, but then again, I get what Arrow is saying and what he said back. So
yeah, it's semantical. It depends on what we presuppose base is. If it's what he's usually, the state he's usually in, then yeah, it's the weights. If it's him actually being able to use the peak of his powers in base, and it'd be without the weights. But it really depends on semantics.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's see who argues what. But I already know that's gonna be funny. Here we go.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I'll show you.
No, he's
He actually in first gate when he fucking gets hit by the sand attack in the wall to refresh his stamina. That is not how the fight goes down.
Yeah, because when he takes off his weights, that's when he does the Lotus on Neji. I mean on Gar, and that's when we know when he's in first gate when he does the Lotus.
Since Aeroflame's mic is so ass, I can't really tell what he was contesting with or what he's not.
I know.
Because I heard crystal clear from D1, and he is correct on that. When he uses the Lotus, he uses the first gate. That is true.
Yeah, definitely when he's using the Lotus. Yeah.
So if that's what Arrows cannot agree with, that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, he's wrong on that point if he doesn't agree.
Yeah.
God damn, shit ass.
It's so bad. This isn't even fair. Like, who allowed this to fucking continue?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, D1 just deadass has the audio advantage in this bitch.
Yeah, so
you can just spurge easier because he's louder.
Literally.
Take off his weight and use a load. In the manga, at least, he takes off the weight and just beats the dog shit out of Gar. So hold on.
Oh, yep. Aeroflame's right about that.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening now, but
These are either gonna be in order.
God damn, what the fuck is that in the bag? Echo.
This is so bad.
That's fucking ass.
And he posted this on his YouTube too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he did it. He probably didn't give a fuck. Yeah.
Okay, everybody's saying he got it. I think.
Oh shit! The guy said he got a Dollar General mic.
Yeah,
really fucking ass.
He's not wrong though.
Literally, bro.
Someone says he's a goat as usual.
Last scan, first scan, second scan.
I would have never debated somebody if they sounded like that.
Nah.
Like, what the fuck?
Trash ass mic. Nah,
Lee won't lose.
Like, unless they can't hear that for some reason.
So this is
but I doubt
when
that.
Lee kicks him. We know that Gar wears.
If we hear it, they definitely hear it.
Yeah.
Protects him.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you know that Lee? Where's the blood?
On his cheek. What are you talking about?
You said that was a scratch.
Okay, that's not true. Yeah, Gar doesn't bleed, but he gets his armor gets damaged, but Gar doesn't bleed, so that's not true.
Yeah, the first time I think the first time he's ever actually. Sasuke.
Yeah. Sasuke is the only one that made Gar bleed, and technically Naruto, but whenever Naruto did it, it was when he was off guard. And the second time was when he didn't have any more chakra to do sand armor, and Naruto just headbutted him. So.
Yeah, at the very end, he fucking headbutted him in his fucking face. So.
But Sasuke is the only one that actually got that shit because he earned it. While Naruto was just
fucking Chidori.
It was plot convenience.
Yeah, plot convenience, Naruto lamp. Yeah.
How do you know that's blood? That looks just like a scratch.
What is that on his cheek?
No shot arrows fucking bro, I know exactly what moment he's talking about. He's talking about the fucking when Lee punches him, you know what I mean? And then like there's a crack or something in his face and it's blatantly sand armor,
it's
bro.
It's a fucking sand armor, bro.
Aeroflame is either ratting his ass off or this man was the biggest noob back then. There's no way. But hey, he could win it if he argues it right though. As crazy as that sounds too, so let's hear it.
Yeah.
From the sand armor.
Okay, D1 said sand armor. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
The sand armor doesn't scratch, it cracks. It sands.
Yeah. Did you not know that a scratch and crack can like be the same thing? Like if you have a scratch.
No. Scratching something and cracking something aren't the same.
What? Yeah, okay, come on. We gotta admit, D1 is definitely right in this shit right now, bro.
Yeah, he's right.
This man is saying the scratch and the crack of Gar's face isn't the same, meaning therefore it can't be sand. Like, what?
I think someone, I don't know if it's Gara or it's fucking...
It was Kankuro.
Yeah, even states when fucking Sasuke hits him, he's like, that's the first time he's been wounded or some shit. Like, literally, they say he hasn't ever drawn blood.
Yeah, he literally says that about Lee, yeah. And then, like, you just see Gar's face, like, his old sand crumbling and, like, the sand crazy look and shit.
Yeah. Like
You can
it's
see the
Like once
difference.
again, this just goes to show like even D1 could have worked on. Maybe they were all both also beginners at this time. But once again, this
Yeah.
goes to show if you just show the fucking scan immediately, this is immediately dealt with. Like this shit is.
Yeah, you literally
This shouldn't
just
even be
display it.
contentious whatsoever.
Yeah, it shouldn't really not.
Alright,
Oh,
so
man.
he cracks the
Dude,
sand.
Jay, you could have
armor.
ran a gauntlet on everybody at this point.
That's their fucking argument. I'm like, dude, I don't even have to panel. What the fuck?
This is so bad, bro.
Right? The sand armor on his face. Like we literally see it cracking in the scan.
No, we don't. see
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It's on the
I'll
fucking
just-
screen.
The arrow says no, we don't see it. Okay, I'm gonna
Fucking
keep
ratting,
listening,
man.
but I'm gonna fucking pull it up.
So
All right,
you see
let's,
how,
Yeah,
wait,
definitely
so you
ratting.
see how it's a single spot smudged on his cheek, right? That's what he just did to him. You see that?
I see the scratch on his face,
And
And
then
then
you see the smudge
where
Aeroflame saying it's only a
on his
smudge.
cheek around the cut.
how do you know that's blood?
What do you mean? Well,
How do you?
here's how I know. This is what it looks like when the sand armor cracks. It doesn't smudge. It breaks apart and it falls away.
And we see the same
It doesn't-
line.
No, we don't see the
We-
same line. The lines splinter and there's no smudges around them. They fall apart into sand.
I was on there. Hold on.
And matter of fact, let's just look at the anime as well and see if there's blood there.
All right, that would be better. See the same scratches around his face as the same in the scan that you sent about.
We're talking about when he's
Those are
weightless.
the same lines across his
Let's
face
see.
around the scratches.
All right, so I think they're talking about this moment when he kicks him. Never mind, it's not the punch.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking about this.
Oh shit.
So Arrow is
Yeah.
saying that that's blood, and
Yeah,
D1 is
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not. That's just sand.
All right, get it for him.
Yeah.
And then and
It-
D1 was talking about here at the terms of speed thing. And then it goes to the next one.
Goes to what? There's this thing they're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it disappears. It's fucking sand. I don't see the fucking the line that they're talking about.
Look, you just see the fucking the crumbs in the sand, like
Let me
That's
see.
blood.
from his 2 blows that he
Like, I
took
don't-
from
I
Lee.
don't know
Look,
what to
look,
tell you. Like,
Oh, what the
he-
fuck?
look, it's not blood.
Fuck no. Fuck no, it's not. What the fuck?
That's why that.
This shit's
That's
coming apart.
wild, bro.
This shit came apart.
And then like.
Oh, nah.
See, but once again, it's all D1 has to show you that they're arguing over bullshit right now. And Arrow, like,
They are.
if a judge was looking at it visually in the beginning, Arrow technically could have been taking it because it did look like blood in a way, but it's actually not.
Yeah, it did.
It's just a drawing.
It's not.
But yeah, like if you just further once again check, it's there you go. That's all the proof you
Literally,
need.
like all the sand now started to fall off, and now he's like
and right here,
putting it
even
back
Cock
on.
Girl
Yeah.
says it. Sand
Yeah,
armor.
what the fuck? It's a protective barrier. God damn, bro. Yeah, that definitely was
Like
fucking
D would like so I'm gonna be honest, this shit is contentious still. That's the sad part
No.
about it.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I do feel like D1 is still getting it in favor because he's saying no, it's sand, blah blah. Like a scratch and a crack can still be the same and sand or whatever, blah blah. Like so for the most part, it still sounds unfair. But this is content. For all I know, it's either nobody's still getting this shit unless somebody shows something definitive, or if we're going like what just sounds more or makes more fucking sense in D1. I mean,
Yeah.
but,
That's fucking crazy.
It starts falling with sand, and it turns a different color because it's not. Yeah, he's making blue.
All right, so let's say I do grant you the.
Arrow just dead ass said it starts falling with sand, turns a different color, meaning therefore
What
it makes them bleed.
What the fuck is he talking about?
The point that Lee's able to damage him. You said Lee's able to damage him. Well, we know that Sasuke is able to damage Gaara. We know that Naruto is able to damage Neji, and because Naruto could also damage Gaara, right? So how do you not know, right, that that Lee AP is just not high enough in order to defeat Neji, and that he needs this 5th gate in order for him to be powerful enough to beat Neji? How do you not know that?
Because if he and Neji are already able to each other, like if they're already relative in AP, and he's getting dozens of times stronger, and he's fast enough to tag Neji already, then he should just one-shot him by like the second or third gate.
So this is irrelevant because they have to argue it. But I'm just putting this out there. Neji scales over Lee until a third gate, bare minimum or fifth gate. So
yeah, he was already familiar with the third.
yeah, he could. D1 could have easily proved that if he just got the statements from the data book or the manga or anime, and it just blatantly shows where Lee is eventually able to surpass him and when he can. So the fact that he was like he literally could not beat Neji, and that's emphasized and stated over and over from like weighted to weightless speed all the way to the second gate because he has all that, and Neji has never seen the third gate up to the fifth gate either. And that's what he was actually surprised by, and just with everything that's there emphasized, stated, that's what Lee needed in order to surpass. Even Guy says it. So
yeah, he needed like an upper number of gates.
So
to have a
meaning,
chance.
Therefore, we know for a fact that Lee cannot beat Neji from base all the way to the second gate. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just think about it logically.
Just because you're able to damage somebody doesn't mean that you're relative to them. Like, you can be weak as hell and still be able to damage somebody. It doesn't mean that you can damage them to the point where you could be able to defeat them.
That's true.
Right, but we know that. So we know that he's able to damage Gaara, and Gaara is able to damage Neji. They're all able to cause serious damage to each other. One kick from base Lee is able to make Gaara bleed. In the same way that it does with Sasuke.
Still with the bleeding shit.
Sasuke can damage Naruto and Neji and vice versa. So to argue that they're not relative to each other in terms of AP, it doesn't really make any sense. You know what I mean?
So,
like they hit each other.
Lee doesn't do any significant damage.
I'm sorry, if I was debating Arrow, I would have called him an idiot, though. I'd be like, are you fucking stupid? Did you just say he bled?
It's clearly sand.
Like once again, I still think D1 got it, but barely. Okay, but even if you don't think that, nobody got that shit, and that was horrendous. That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
To defeat them, like literally after fifth gate, literally Gaara gets up and like says, "I'm out of here." Like this shit is weak. Literally, just because Lee's able to put a little damage on Gaara, right? I don't think it's significant damage to the point where he can be able to defeat Gaara, right? Because we literally see Gaara get up and like take the pain.
Remember, correction, damages his sand armor, not his body.
Yeah, not even him. His actual body doesn't. Yeah. Not at all.
Just saying, correction.
The AP enough to defeat Neji, right? You can be like relative to them, and your AP is just not on their level to the point where you could be able to defeat them. I don't see any serious damage that Lee is doing to Gaara to the point where he can defeat Neji.
He says that is Gaara's absolute defense. There's nothing you can do against that thing. There's no weakness. No, you can't exactly say that. The armor of sand is actually the hint of a weakness.
He just said it. He just debunked himself technically, but if D1 doesn't say or mention anything, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
And there goes the mumble rap.
Struggling against Rock Lee.
Trash ass Mike.
And to say like, oh, they could be, because even if I grant you something as ridiculous as to say like Lee hits a third as hard as Sasuke does, right? He's getting dozens of times.
I'll be honest, I don't even understand how the fuck all this pertains to Kimmaru and fucking Neji. Like, I understand the league correlations, but all this shit they're talking about, like, this is not even relevant, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
With the gate. So my point still stands. By the second or third gate, he should punch Neji's fucking head off.
How do you know this?
Because
so now I know what's going on. Arrow is saying Lee punches Neji's head off with the third gate, okay, due to what we see with Gaara with the scratch, and then therefore like Neji, Gaara, Sasuke, Naruto, they're all equal to each other. That's what he also said, okay. Therefore, if Lee now gets amps upon amps, he should be able to punch Neji's head off. It wouldn't do the similar damage it would do to Gaara. So basically, what Arrow is saying so far is Lee can make Gaara bleed with a kick, and it would do the same effect to Neji because they're all in similar scaling. But if he does the gates, now he's beyond, and now he can just one-shot Neji. That is what Arrow's premise is right now. D1 made his refutations with the whole, like, all because, this doesn't mean, yada yada. So now we're going to see what D1 says to that.
Yeah, see how he refutes that.
What do you mean, how do I know this? That's just basic math.
You're just saying that he gets this amplifier in speed and strength to the point where he can knock Neji head off. How do you know that this Lee can be able to damage this Neji? Just because he's able to damage Gar doesn't mean that he has the AP enough to damage Lee. Or to the scan that you stated about him needing the fifth gate in order to defeat Neji, how do you not know that this is an AP thing rather than speed thing? Right? You said that because he has the speed already to damage Lee in base doesn't mean that he has the AP high enough in order to defeat Neji. You can have the AP to damage somebody, but don't have the AP to be able to defeat them. That's what's in question.
D1.
What do you think about all that right now, Joe?
As far as the third gate to fifth gate having enough AP to fucking kill Neji in one shot,
Yeah.
that's he could refute it by just that fifth gate Lee punched Gar who knows how many times.
Yeah.
That argument holds very well if you point that empirical piece of evidence out. Because if one shot will take Neji's head off, then why did hundreds of shots from fucking fifth gate Lee not obliterate and like fucking like disintegrate Gara? He's still
It still did the
alive.
same effect as basically.
Like the fucking exactly the same effect as basically. So to imply that fucking Lee got like fucking dozens of times stronger in AP is it's debunkable, but D1's not bringing that up. So.
Yeah, like D1's not saying that. Like the only thing D1's doing is he's basically just saying like all because you get amps or whatever doesn't mean it can correlate to your AP. It could just be your speed alone. So and D1 is technically correct, but he needs to provide evidence to prove that. Otherwise, they're both basically like equal at this certain point because
he's not refuting it like articulate enough.
Yeah, like he's just not like as of now they're kind of just equal and back and forth because Aeroflame's is kind of making up some claims and that are kind of baseless as well, and then pre-assuming that they all scale to each other, whatever, and D1's disagreeing the whole time, and then gave some other examples of like this and that, all because this doesn't mean that will happen. And then he also said, like, that could just be a speed thing, not an AP thing. And D1 could easily prove that, like what Jay said, if he just showed what Lee did to Gar, even with the gates. It wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Punched him like fucking ton of times. He's still fucking alive.
Nothing. So,
nothing,
but if D1 doesn't do that, then it just doesn't go anywhere. Nobody's still not getting this shit. It's just equal interpretations right now. So.
Yeah.
If I have enough damage to make someone who can make you bleed, and then I get 12 times fucking stronger, you don't think...
Okay, so right now, Arrow has the advantage. Because if he just mentioned the gate amp thing, so technically, if we're judges here, right, and we were analyzing that, now the possibility would be higher for him because theoretically, if a guy does get 12 times stronger, right, you know what I mean, in power, he should be able to hit harder or do some damage, right? You know what I mean? That makes sense in the science scheme of things. So I would say Arrow is having it now. We'll see what D1 has to say. But once again, that's not necessarily true because when we watched the fucking fight, it didn't matter how much powerful he got. He still couldn't do anything.
He still couldn't even wound Gar once. So
yeah, and if D1 just showed that and simply said that, it would make his entire fucking scaling and argument fall completely apart, and it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he needs to bring that up.
Now, to be fair, like Lee with his whole AP and everything, that could definitely be effective on like people like Neji, Naruto, and Sasuke around that time because they're nowhere near as tanky as fucking Gar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gara is literally sand, like tons of sand defending him.
And he's a fucking tank. So like technically, that's also like a false like equivalence as well in a sense. But either way, with how everything's been said so far, if D1 was just coming out what Jay was doing, what was saying. Either way, even with that being the case, it would now sound way more stronger for D1, and he would be taking it, even though we know that too. So, because obviously Naruto and Sasuke don't have the same durability as Kimimaro and Gaara, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be reasonable here, big dog. Do you want to sit here and You want me to sit here and do calc?
Yeah.
You want to get you like the rest of durability and then multiply it by 12? You want to go through that?
No, we don't need to.
So we know I'm not making an extraordinary claim. I'm saying he can make someone who can make Neji bleed, and then he can get 12 times stronger than that multiple times over.
Who can make Neji bleed?
Naruto.
And you saying that he can make Naruto bleed?
Naruto can make Sasuke bleed. or Naruto and Sasuke can make each other bleed, and Gaara can make Sasuke bleed. And
Bro, this
Neji
scalings
Gaara.
is all over the
What-
place too. Because the only
It
time
is.
Naruto ever does that is on the rooftop in the hospital, and in the final valley of the end, bro. Like,
that's
they're
like
going
different
from like
portions.
preliminary shooting exams all the way to the end of part.
Yeah, and that's like different points in history. It's
Like,
not
yeah,
very
like
true.
all the characters are getting stronger throughout whatever, blah blah. Like, bro, this is a mess.
Yeah.
Where does
That's
Naruto and
not-
Sasuke make each other bleed?
You do agree that Arrow's taking it so far now, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because D1's not refuting it
Yeah.
as well as he could.
No.
He's not.
Making sure I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
Huh?
What the
I said,
fuck?
"Here, let me get it."
Yeah, for all you you dinglings out there too that always claim, oh, you're a D1 dick rider or some bullshit. I'm not. I'm always admitting when I don't agree or whatever, blah blah, all the fucking time. But anyways, once again, just going to show Arrow's winning. So just saying.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Noodles beat D1. No, you fucking didn't. Ain't got a fucking clap.
fuck are they waiting for? What the fuck?
No. All it was said was like, Arrow said, Naruto and Sasuke made each other bleed, and then D1's like, they never made each other bleed. Can you show me that?
Yeah, and he doesn't answer, I think.
Bro, what the fuck?
Is he
This
stuck on that
debate.
part? He must be stuck
You
to
sure you
that or some shit.
audio.
Oh, Jesus.
Bro, for a while.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, can you show me that? Like, why
Yeah.
was him training chakra control into the visual?
They're talking about a whole other point
Well,
now, bro.
because we know
Yeah,
that
what the
Naruto
fuck are
was
they
like
talking
beating the
about?
fuck out of Gaara, who like Sasuke.
I'll just peep it here. I don't know
Yeah.
what the
I
fuck
don't know
is
what the
going
fuck's
on.
happening.
No, me either, bro.
Yeah, these are stronger versions of these characters.
Okay, so he did show them being able to make each other bleed, and then now D1 says these are stronger versions of the characters. Okay.
Yeah.
They got stronger based on what?
Yeah, we know Naruto went to go train with Jiraiya. We know that
Yep.
Naruto literally like
Yeah,
learned
it's
the
obvious.
Rasengan and stuff like that. Naruto didn't have the Rasengan in the Chunin exam. And then the fact that this Sasuke can literally scale to this Naruto proves that he also got stronger as well.
Yep.
Because we know that Naruto was like
Yeah.
beating the fuck out of Gaara, who like Sasuke was literally like shaking in his boots. And he was like, I can't believe Naruto defeated him. And I can't. That's why Sasuke was literally like jealous of Naruto.
So I'm gonna say that that's technically dishonest. If we actually analyze everything, that's because of mental amps and shit. Sasuke was competing
Yeah.
against Gaara, and he was fighting.
Yeah,
him, so-
exactly.
Well, anyways.
Yeah.
So because that's why they literally started fighting on the rooftop.
All right, so that's a good reputation so far. D1's
Yeah.
getting that. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
not
he's
bad.
proven it. Yep.
I think that him
Yeah.
learning the Rasengan made him punch harder.
You said punch harder?
Yeah, punch harder, like run faster.
Just training in general like increases your stats. Right.
Yeah, can you show me that? Like, why
Yeah.
was him training chakra control?
Bro, come.
I mean, that's like axiomatic. It doesn't even need to show.
He doesn't even need to show you how that's like. Come on, bro. Like,
Self-explanatory. Like if you fucking
Yeah.
train, you get better. Like,
Yeah, I got you. Did anybody have that scan where like Kakashi's rock climbing and it stayed there like
Literally.
he getting
It's another
stronger,
example.
trying to like regain his
Yeah.
former strength just
went
by
from
rock
rusty
climbing?
to prime.
Yeah, I got you.
Alright.
Yeah, getting stronger by rock climbing isn't the same as chakra control making you punch harder. Why
Okay,
would
he didn't.
chakra control make your muscles bigger?
He didn't also go through chakra control. He went through several stages of the Rasengan.
Tech scans, daddy.
When?
Hold on, wait.
Like he's blatantly training. It's that fucking simple. Like chakra control is
Yeah,
not
I mean-
even irrelevant. He's blatantly training. He's utilizing chakra and his stamina, which that also makes you stronger when you're using your chakra and your stamina and everything that correlates to your body, which connects to your muscles, etc. Yada yada. So like all that's just a simple biological factor. And bottom line is he's training. He's getting extremely exhausted, fatigue, huffing, you name it. You could definitely, with simple logic, understand that he would get stronger from that. Like that's
yeah, it's just dishonest to like
Yeah.
you're claiming to you have to require.
Like
little
Arrow would
proof.
have to give something to really strengthen that he's only doing chakra control. Therefore, like it's chakra control is the only thing that got better or some shit, you know? Like, he would have to prove that, which there's no way he can. There's nothing stated. There's nothing emphasized. It's just blatantly showing Naruto training, doing several stages for the Rising on, like D1 saying, etc., yada yada. So it's blatant training, and we do know when people train, they get stronger. He even provided another example with Kakashi with the rock climbing. Even though it's a physical training, you know what I mean? Like, it's a blatant physical training. He's still training. The main notion was if you're training, you just get stronger. He wasn't focusing on the difference between the two of how they were doing it. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've let my body get weak, so he's rock climbing. Yeah, so if he wants to, so if you get out of shape and you rock climb,
rock climbing. Right, so basically he's rock climbing in order for him to get stronger. So this is just something, he's just climbing rocks, right? So I'm just
not only
showing
that, there's also fan books and data books, plenty of them that say when Kakashi trains, he gets stronger and stronger. So they're saying there's tons of implications of it.
Like
training in general, right, can increase your stats.
And
because
you look
we
at
know
Naruto at any other point in time of part 1, or even Shippuden when he's training, he gets stronger, you know?
Yeah. You train, you're just training your body, right? If Naruto's training his body, right, in order for him to use chakra control, we know that chakra control takes chakra. So he's training his chakra pool, right, in order for him to gain mastery of chakra, right? If he's gaining more you said, what did you say?
No, that's not how that works.
All right, can I finish my acclaim, please? All right. So if he training his chakra control, right, we know he's mastering more of his chakra. If he has better control of his chakra, that means he could better output his chakra to his stats, like enhancing his speed, enhancing his punches, right?
And that's shown in plenty of times in part 1 Naruto. When Sasuke started learning chakra control, he went from like being the level he was at in the beginning of the Land of Waves to being able to defeat Zabuza's water clones. To where in the beginning he struggled against his water clone and got blitzed and bullied. While on the bridge, he can now beat his water clones with chakra control. And he used chakra to his feet and increased his speed. And the manga panel says like battle of speed with him using chakra control. So yes, utilizing chakra control to train, yada yada, and then incorporating that with your body, it does make you stronger, faster in your stats, etc. D1 is correct on that.
Yeah.
Things like that nature.
Kakashi has a whole fucking lecture about it. Sakura too.
Sure if like
Yeah, literally.
He literally, for once, the fodder Sakura bitch says like, "Oh, she's gonna be Hokage before you guys. If you guys keep being trash, you know? Like, you just have more chakra than her. That's all, you know." Oh, and then he even says like, "But if they master the same chakra control method, with their amount of chakra, they would be stronger because they have more chakra."
Yeah.
God, I can't
damn,
hear him.
I don't even know what the fuck he's saying.
No.
What the hell's happening?
So it's all baseless. Sorry, we got to be fair.
That's why they brought up like Bosch, like in a slightly but he 60% chakra and he needs 40. And he also has shit chakra control, so he uses like 90% of his chakra when he only uses like 10. So improving your chakra control just improves the efficacy with which you're able to use jutsu.
That's not true. Yeah, no.
All that stuff.
If you improve chakra control, you blatantly get stronger. It's literally emphasized and shown in part 1 Naruto.
Yeah. Like,
you have characters like Kakashi. That's why Kakashi's stronger than fucking Naruto. He has, you know what I mean, way less chakra, but because of chakra control, he shits on him, you know?
Or excuse me, not made up. I just need to see where ninjas are like constantly.
You want to fix your mic?
With chakra.
It's just
Dragon Ball Z characters.
Okay, right. So I showed you, right? So I showed you rock climbing. I can bring up an example like when Naruto like literally goes and train like Sage mode, right? And when he was enhancing his chakra for better chakra control as well.
Part 1.
You want to see part 1? I got you.
And also, you also didn't address the fact that he said, like, I brought up, Kakashi said that his body got weak, so he's rock climbing. Like, that doesn't imply that all training improves all of your stats. That doesn't at all imply that sitting down and training your chakra control would make your muscles.
So it does, once again, and D1 even went over this and even referenced the exact point, because after all that training, now Naruto's able to go blow for blow with Sasuke on the rooftop. You know what I mean? without a mental imp or
Right.
anything. So
He'd have to prove via contradiction that he didn't increase his stats. Because by far the most obvious conclusion,
yeah,
he's more capable.
Like,
It's fucking
like
obvious.
the way Aeroflame's trying to argue it is extremely poor. He's basically trying to say since the context is different between the two trainings, therefore it's inadequate and doesn't go through for him getting stronger in stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like even the data books show increase in stats from like part 1 to Shippuden. It's obvious that
Yeah.
they're increasing in ability. Like prove it. You now have to prove via contradiction that he hasn't improved. Good luck. Like, not gonna happen. That's what he has to
Naruto
fucking
wasn't
do.
just only training his chakra when he went on a trainer with Dry.
What else did he train? I'm pretty sure he just did the rubber ball, the water balloon, and then the air balloon.
He did. Let me. Anybody have
Naruto does all that, and then he also does like spamming fucking incomplete Raisengans at fucking trees.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing the whole fucking time. And shadow clones. So
Yeah, literally.
After that.
like, he's literally running and sprinting and slamming his fucking Rasengan at trees and shit. And like, and when she, whatever that bitch's name is, the fodder chick, she comes, he's passed the fuck out, gone, and literally you see that just nothing but destruction.
Yeah, this
You know what I
Naruto
mean?
literally fights against
Like him and
Kabuto.
his
Like,
improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he literally fights with Tsunade and Kabuto, like literally, and that's when he first hits the Rasengan on Kabuto, right? So he actually
And that too,
fight-
he technically also fought as well, which that's technically
Yeah.
a form of training. I believe even Killer Bee says when you fight, you get stronger too. So
Yeah, literally.
stronger opponents. So this Naruto hasn't gotten stronger.
No, he didn't. Kabuto beat the dog.
yeah, I'm sorry,
out of
D1's getting
Naruto.
that.
Naruto
Yeah, he's winning this
just
point right
stood
now.
there and just had to
Like D1 could have still
beat
lost
the-
a point if he was arguing it right, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Aeroflame was still doing what he was doing. But yeah, with everything D1's saying, all the examples, like I'm sorry, come on.
the
Yeah,
punches
he
until
actually has
he
evidence.
caught his hand with the kunai.
And he could have still
And
done a
then
way
he-
better job. He could have just showed blatant shit like definitively, and that's it, done. You know what I mean? Like what Jay was talking
Yeah.
about, data book stat, you name it, et cetera, but whatever.
Used the
Yeah.
Rasengan. He didn't like start like quintuple spin kicking in the air and like countering his hits like he's Ip Man or some shit. Kabuto beat the brakes off that nigga.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. He's still
It
fighting
does
against.
matter.
He's
He wasn't
fighting
fighting.
against
He's just a dog
stronger
shit. Yeah.
opponents. He's still fighting.
That, yeah, his refutation made absolutely no sense. He's saying Kabuto beat the dog shit out of him, therefore it doesn't matter. That doesn't refute what D1 said. All D1's saying is he fought, he's in fighting conditions, he's, whatever, using jutsu, blah, blah. Therefore, that is also another form of training and him getting stronger.
Yeah.
So, and the experience also, so that doesn't defeat, his point.
fighting against stronger opponents, which is challenging his own strength, right? To make him get stronger. We just know that Shinobi gets stronger through fighting, period. Right?
When
If they're
did that
fighting
phase
strong,
in part one?
that
I've never seen
Shinobi
that
gets
shit.
stronger by fighting.
That's an argument of ignorance as well that D1 could have said.
That's not a field of ignorance.
Yeah, it's never emphasized in part one. So it's only shown in Shippuden. Therefore, it isn't. No, and I'm pretty sure it actually is emphasized. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never
As a
seen
matter of
that.
fact, yeah, it is. We see with Rock Lee, we see with fucking Naruto. Like, there's so many examples. Sasuke, like, what is this man on about, bro?
Yeah,
no,
can
he's
somebody
definitely being dishonest.
drop the scan? Let Shinobis get stronger by fighting.
You talk about the Killer Bee statement?
Yeah, I'll
you
drop
can
it.
Bro,
I'll drop it for you.
Yeah, that's not part one. Killer Bee.
It's still Naruto.
We're talking about part one. I haven't read part two.
You said you haven't read part 2?
What? Don't.
Did it?
Come on.
Okay, wait. Just to clarify something, I ain't gonna say it. It's gonna sound like I'm intervening.
if there was never a rule to not include part two, I don't understand the problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because then it should just be free reign. Like whoever just argues why that doesn't matter if it's part one or part two, then gets it right. You know what I mean? Which D1 could
Yeah.
easily do by just saying, argument of ignorance or appealing to ignorance. So, but fucking yeah, and we never heard any of a rule. So
Yeah,
Aeroflame
never
just can't just put
established.
that in as a burden. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's a little dishonest.
No.
Do we want it or no?
Come
Like,
on.
you
man.
did.
Yeah, I want it. I don't
I
see.
did ask if
I'm
part
gonna
one
dismiss
only at the
this shit,
beginning
and
of the
I said
debate.
yes.
I was about to say, like, I'm not sure if D1 remembers, but I did ask if part one only. Y'all can do.
That sounds like Troy.
I think that is Troy.
Yeah.
I think he's probably
You
a
said
moderator or
part
one?
something.
Yeah.
When did you say part 1? You said part 1 only. That's fine. I'll still show watch. It's gonna get stronger to fight.
Oh, I did say
Right.
part one.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah,
right.
apparently Troy
Well-
said that's what he heard too. So
Oh, okay. Then I guess you can bring that shit up then.
Yeah.
We literally see through the stages of Naruto, like when he fights against stronger opponents that challenge him, he ultimately gets stronger. Like we see with Zabuza, Haku,
Yep.
right?
There you go.
Naruto's just
There we go.
getting
Now he's
stronger
showing legit examples. There we go.
as he's fighting these opponents, right?
He got
So-
way stronger.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
a
literally.
clear thing in Naruto that as you fight, that you get stronger, right? Because you're getting more experience through fighting. That's like with any sport. The more experience you get, the better you are going to become, right? So since Naruto's
Yeah, like
fighting,
the more you play like in a basketball game, you name it, you're gonna get better, right? You know, you're moving your body,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, yeah, like you're working. If anything, you're probably working even more harder than what you're normally doing in training while you're playing a fucking game. You know what I mean? Meaning,
Yeah.
you would get stronger. You know?
these opponents,
Yeah.
and as he's fighting, he's gaining more experience, right? Utilizing
I'm sorry,
chakra,
but D1's
right?
taking
which
this.
also making his
Absolutely.
chakra
Yeah,
stronger,
he's definitely
right?
winning
And
this
he's getting
fight.
more experience. So it's just making him an overall better fighter.
No. So in the fight with Zabuza, he doesn't like grow.
I will admit,
mid-fight.
Aeroflame was doing good towards the end of this point being discussed, where it was now is being a little bit, contentious to a small degree. But the moment D1 started referencing all that beginning stuff with Zabuza, Hagini, blah, blah, like, he got it. Like, he just gave him more icing on the cake. And he was already doing really good, too, so.
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
to the point, like, he's not a fucking Saiyan. He doesn't get Zenkai's mid-fight. He doesn't, like, start, like, getting physically stronger or faster, right? What he does against Zabuza is they trick Zabuza by doing that fake-out shit with the windmill shuriken, which is after learning how to better control their chakra. And all he does is show progress by performing a basic transformation juice. That's all that arc is about. He specifically trains his chakra control, and then he performs a better feat of chakra control. And then in the fight against Haku, that wasn't like him growing. That was him using his like shonen evil side power up. And that was literally Kurama's chakra. So both of those are bad examples. Every time that Naruto gets stronger, it's from him like training and gaining something that corresponds to the training.
Can you prove that?
This man is basically just saying Naruto remains the same stats throughout the entire show, but only gets new jutsus.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's very dishonest.
Oh man.
Dishonest, man.
What do you
So
mean,
far,
Chris?
let's
What do you
let's dissect this really quick, Jay. Arrow eventually, even though it was like pulling teeth though the whole time, he got the whole like thing with Neji and the Lee thing, where like Lee, with the amplifier, now he can hurt him whatever because the math argument dozens times stronger, whatever. That was just more stronger than how D1 was refuting.
Yeah, he never really. He never really refuted that.
Yeah, so he got the Lee greater than, or at least not greater, but he got that Lee could hurt Neji point, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
could like fuck him up. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got that, and then now D1's getting the whole like chain scaling thing, connecting to all these characters, and when Naruto and Sasuke gonna make each other bleed, blah blah yada yada. Because D1's whole refutation, they just got strong, whatever, so that doesn't count for that point in time to connect to Neji and Lee at that time. So meaning all that goes out the window now. So
Yeah.
want me to give you an example of?
You said
meaning Arrow cannot connect Neji and Lee's scaling to the end of the show, Naruto and Sasuke.
Exactly.
anytime Naruto gets stronger, right, it's through training.
Sure.
So I want you to show me that that's the only way he gets stronger.
I mean, he also has the Will of Fire amp. Like, that's the only time he gets stronger. Like, are you like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to show you? Every instance that he got stronger?
You made the claim, so
Sure.
I guess.
Sure, D1. I mean,
But that's
I mean,
not even.
no. Like, don't worry
that
about
still
it. No.
doesn't defeat D1's whole main premise, though. Even if he shows Naruto getting stronger when he has a mental amp, that doesn't refute what D1 was saying. That just shows that he gets stronger with a mental amp. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah, that
Don't worry
doesn't
about it.
negate anything.
Yeah.
Let me get my scan. Just let me get my scan.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't matter.
We're like,
Go
no, it
ahead.
Don't. We've been over this point like over. Like we
Yeah,
can like
they don't
move
need
on
to go.
from
This
this
is
because we've been
circular,
stuck on this for a while.
He keeps bringing up
What are we
Alright,
even
so-
talking about?
You
Yeah,
were
he
trying to
does.
say that like since Lee can damage Gar and Naruto's
Yeah,
able to.
and they scale
Yeah.
to each other. Let's I don't even know what
Yeah.
we're doing at this point.
All right, so how does your scaling connect? Go ahead, try to connect your scaling.
So, the fifth gate is what was necessary to defeat Neji.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying, well, how do we know that the speed was a part of the things that were necessary? Why couldn't he just be faster than him in base? Why couldn't he just tag Neji in base?
No, I was saying the AP, not speed.
Okay, so you do agree that the Neji has to scale to him in speed.
No, what I'm saying is that how do we know that this jutsu is talking about the AP of it, that the AP of it is what's going to defeat Neji and not the speed?
Well, I was talking about the speed in the first place. It's called the high speed combo.
Yeah, I was talking about the AP. Yeah, I was asking you, how do you not know that this is just an AP thing?
I didn't say anything about the AP. I said speed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to say that his speed, right, scales, that you're saying that this speed is, you're saying the fifth gate, right, he needs the fifth gate with the speed. I'm saying, how do you not know that it's AP rather than speed? And then you brought up the fact that he's able to damage Gar.
What?
Yeah, that's what's in
I
question.
didn't say anything. You asked about strength. I said speed. I said this high speed combo. I said Neji scales to all forms of Lee in terms of speed.
I don't think Arrow's telling the truth there, because from my memory, Jay, unless I'm tripping, he was talking about AP, but D1 was talking about speed.
Yeah.
Wasn't his whole thing on AP about like the sand armor making him bleed, yada yada, this?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I know they brought up AP, and that's what, I don't even remember them talking about speed, but I don't know.
Like, cause, well, the only thing D1 brought up about speed was that, like, that how do you know it's, what's it called? Cause yeah, fucking, that's another thing I think D1 just changed up too. Like, they're both just kind of tripping, cause D1's now saying, something like what, it's actually, how do you know it's like, actually, no, it was the same. I'm tripping, yeah. So D1 was saying that, how do you know it's not, just pertaining to speed, you know what I mean, or whatever, and it's not, you know, the fucking AP, that it's just the speed of where he's outscaling, right? Because the height, you know, whatever. And then, but now Arrow is shifting the burden or whatever, and then saying, no, I never said that any of the way AP. I'm talking about speed, and I never.
Yeah,
heard
I'm pretty
speed.
sure. Yeah, he answered that AP question by saying, yeah, they all scale at each other in AP because they all heard shit.
Yeah,
That's what Arrow said. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Arrow never mentioned speed.
Yeah, no.
D1 was the only one that said speed, and then he was talking about AP and shit.
Fifth gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, how do you not know that this thing that needs to defeat Neji, right, is an AP thing rather than a speed thing? You were trying to say
Why do
it's
you
a
keep saying
speed
AP?
thing.
Well, I'm not saying AP. I'm saying
Bro,
You don't-
that's crazy.
What's happening?
Yeah.
You can understand.
I'm not even. I can't confused. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about now.
and do you know that Kimimaru thinks that fucking base like injured Lee is fast?
Base injury, can you show me that?
Yeah.
Alright, let's skip this.
Yeah, let's get that shit.
I didn't say it scales above or below fifth. Lee answers speed.
Okay, right here. Thinking about the show when Gar says he's less faster and sharper.
Oh shit.
And then he's gonna try to like correlate that, since Kimaru's having a hard time with that lead, therefore
Yeah, this is drunken leaf. This is
Neji
not
should
base.
win.
Yeah.
That's still basically. Do you think Drunken Lee answers speed?
That's what's in question. So what I'm saying is, how do you know Drunken Lee scales even above fifth gate or below it? How do you know?
I didn't say it scales above or below fifth gate.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Or I'm saying it scales below fifth gate because here, I'm gonna just say a couple things. So here's the first one. The thing that the problem that Kimimaru or Kimimaru is having is the unpredictability. The speed doesn't change, and I can show you that.
No, it says this is too unpredictable. Not only that, he's fast. So
Yeah,
He
not
says
only
too
that-
fast.
Yeah.
So, and D1 just brought that
Talking
up.
about-
Yeah, it wasn't just unpredictability. Yeah, sure, that makes it harder to read his movements, but you still have to be faster than your opponent to beat his ass.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they're unpredictable, but you're slow as shit, they'll still react.
Yeah, they can still react and do it. So no, that's not true. That doesn't even go through logically, and D1 also refuted that correctly. So
Yeah, he did.
Fast.
Yeah, so Lee goes from base not even being able to touch Kimimaro. Then he goes to Drunken Lee, and then he's able to land hits on Kimimaro because he's unpredictable and the speed of it is fast. So how do you not know that this Drunken Lee even scales even nowhere near fifth gate or even to it?
So here's the initial statement. So they're actually going back and forth. It's not just Lee can't hit Kimimaru. Kimimaru can't hit Lee either. The reason that Lee can't hit Kimimaru is because Lee's tactics are too linear. And then he becomes too unpredictable. And he's like, I can no longer reach.
like I
his
see
movement.
the notion Aeroflame's trying to connect. It's a smart way to rat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once again, D1 said the speed. The moment he mentioned the speed shit, where it stated that he's too fast as well, that immediately refutes what he's saying. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, if D1 didn't say that, then he would be getting this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would be.
Quite
Actually,
an
yeah.
incredible art to land the blow.
So Arrow is right about that. Like in the beginning, Kim Mark could deal with Lee, whatever, blah blah, because his attacks were linear, you know, whatever, blah blah, and it was because of speed. But technically, around that time, nothing's even being talked about speed. It's just that he's very predictable. You know what I mean? And it's very straightforward attacks. Then when he goes to the Drunken Fist and he gets unpredictable, blah blah. But since Kishimoto also puts in there, right? He's also faster. He's too fast. It's literally what Kim Maru says. There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So the differentiation that's added, right? He's shown to already have the ability to keep up with Kimimaru and speed.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does, because even
No, he
in base
doesn't.
form even in base form, when the two of them are going back and forth, Kimimaru never tags Lee.
They don't go back and forth. Lee even makes
I
the
can see
statement. Lee even
That's
makes
not true. Kim Maru was about to kill basically.
Yeah,
The
I don't
fuck?
ever remember them going. Yeah.
He said Kim Maru couldn't even hit basely. That's not true at all.
Yeah.
He's about to
nah.
kill
not
him.
even able to land a single hit on Kimimaru.
Mhm.
Yeah. What chapter is this?
And then even Lee begs for mercy and says, "Wait, let me drink my medicine." And Kim Maru dead ass allowed that shit.
Yeah, he's like, he's fodder, so I'll let him. Yeah. Didn't even care.
Anybody know this chapter? You could say it. I think it's like one.
Shit. Don't get me wrong. What Arrow's trying to do is technically the correct way. If you want, you want to rat, whatever, blah blah. But
Yeah.
D1 he definitely has that in the bag. So far,
Yeah.
this whole fucking
fact,
Lee's
I
stronger
don't
than
even
Kim
have to
Maru
go
scaling to
into
connect the Neji is not
Because
working.
we see Lee
Yeah, no,
use
it's
the
not.
first gate, and that's when Kimimaru states a differentiation. He calls the first
Babe, I'm gonna
gate.
say this though, because this is basically the main scaling point for being real. Especially if this doesn't go through for Arrow, because then he can't connect it to Neji. Fucking, if D1 wins this shit, I guess Jay, is a D1 dick rider too now, even though he's never met the fucking guy.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, and he literally blocks his attack.
He still calls the speed impressive.
Yeah. So what happens is Lee goes into first gate, still can't land a hit on Kimimaru. But in Drunken
he has
Lee,
to block it.
but in Drunken Lee, he's able to tag him, which is a differentiation between the two speeds. Right?
They both tagged him.
No, he didn't. He didn't hit him.
Yes, he did hit him.
No, he didn't.
No, bro. Is he not listening to D1, bro? Like, Drunken, like what D1 said, was able to land hits, but when he used first gate, he couldn't. He blocked it with his bones.
Yeah, he would just block it.
He blocked it. He didn't get
It wasn't
fucking
fast
hit.
enough.
It's like when Sasuke used Susanoo against the Raikage. Jutsu activization. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the fuck?
So you're
I
saying
guess Sasuke got hit too, by
I guess.
his
Raikage.
foot isn't touching Kimimaru.
He literally blocks it with his bones.
So his foot isn't touching Kimimaru.
Oh
He
my god. It's
my God.
it's not touching him, bro. It's fucking touching his bones.
What the fuck?
blocks it with his bones.
Arrow's trying
his
so hard to
foot
be a
isn't
fucking
touching
master
Kimimaru?
splinter.
He blocks
Yeah,
it
he
with
is.
his bones, Arrow.
Answer the question, D1.
We don't know.
Oh, here comes the
Bones
backing
are
by
What do you
Stark.
mean we don't know?
Because his bones are blocking it.
So his bones aren't Kimimaru isn't those bones aren't Kimimaru's, they're somebody else's bones.
Am I tripping, bro?
You're saying
D1
it's
is
really
definitely
bad.
getting that.
He
Come
blocks
on.
it with his bones.
He is winning.
That's crazy.
He literally says impressive speed, but this is your end. right?
D1.
So he's saying, and he's literally about to kill fucking Lee, and that's when Gar interferes.
Yeah, meaning Kimaru is still
So-
above Drunken Lee and First Gate Lee, and technically Drunken Lee is better feats in comparison to First Gate Lee.
Literally,
What the fuck?
proves that point.
D1 just explained and shown that too, so I don't know why there's confusion with Arrow right now, but okay, sure.
Yeah, he's definitely being
He
dishonest.
literally blocks it with the bones, right?
D1.
But Drunken Lee is able to tag him. So
Now, I
we
will
just
say
don't
this,
know.
I'm not going to give the secret. There is a way to argue in Rat of how First Gate could actually be better than Drunken, or a certain way to go on it, and then basically say that like Kimaru is struggling to fucking Lee and blah 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 yada yada with the whole scaling shit, and then you can connect everything, and then therefore make this whole fucking premise, and then connect the dots with Neji, right? There is a way to do that, but only if you're really good enough. Arrow is failing miserably at that.
Yeah, nah, what he's trying to do is not working.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now, but I will say this too, if you're going against a high tier debater and they know what they're also fucking doing and you try to do that shit even if you are really good, it more than likely might not go through because it's way more stronger and easier to refute and debunk that as well. So
Yeah.
Where Drunken Lee scales. So there's no way that you can link Drunken Lee even anywhere to Fifth Gate or any of the gates to Lee. We just don't know.
So let me ask you a question.
and for all we know, Drunken Fist could be stronger than Fifth Gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And technically,
I mean,
actually, if D1 could actually argue in a way to prove that in a sense too, that like fucking Kibi Naruto at that time, remind you, with 2,000 plus clones couldn't do shit to base Kimaru, while Drunken Lee is beating his ass and forcing him to go
literally.
CM1. You know what I mean? So technically, you do that, connect the dots, Drunken Lee over, Kibi Naruto, whatever. Therefore, that means, and then you connect all the way to his gates and shit. Therefore, that means Drunken is stronger than Fifth Gate. So, technically, D1 could do that, because Fifth Gate lost to Gar, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, you could argue that actually. Yeah.
You're saying we don't know if he's
Drunken Lee's a fucking beast. He's a beast.
I mean, even
it makes no
my guy
sense.
actually had
It's just
the-
alcohol, but...
Yeah, my guy was the only one that was able. So.
Yeah, like my guy and Neji both had to like restrain him in order. I mean, it took
Yeah.
both of them too, which is crazy. Because let's be real, like even
Really?
if Guy's holding back, he's still way stronger. And the fact that he's still
way
needing help,
stronger.
that's crazy. So like,
Yeah.
it may not make sense, but Drunken Lee's no fucking joke, bro. You know what I mean? You got to give
Yeah,
credit
he's
when he's
not.
due. And then most importantly, this is how it is now. If Arrow once again was being a better rat, he could maybe try to even bring science into it to strengthen his argument. When you get drunk, do you now get stronger and your stats amplify, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? And then try to show all the science examples in Naruto, and that could give him a stronger premise, things like that.
Yeah.
But you have to be decisive and smart like that to rat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he's not bringing any of that crap where it can be contentious or stronger, it's just not going to work,
Yeah, no, the way he's doing it's not working.
Yeah.
touching him?
Definitely
We don't know if
possible
it's
if you're
touching
good
him.
enough, though.
By
Yeah, it is
we know
possible.
that it got stuck in his bones because Kibimaru did it.
So you don't think the bones are part of his body?
Not
You
necessarily.
can tell Arrow's getting mad. Like Dad told him he had like, you fucking dumb bit.
He's like, he's getting that frustrated.
Yeah.
It's just not working.
Body is the physical structure of a person, including the
We know that he can utilize his bones, like shoot the bones out, make it come out of his body.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If
stuff
I was
like
a
that.
judge, I
So
would
we
have
just
immediately
don't know.
stopped.
I don't know if his foot is touching his body or
not
he's
it, circular.
know that he's blocking it with the
Yeah,
bones. He
he
did it
is.
purposely.
Okay, so by definition, he's touching.
You said by definition what?
By definition, he's touching his body.
No, he touching his bones.
Like, is that not hard to understand, Jay? Is he not touching
Yeah,
his bones? He's not touching his
he's like-
body. He's touching his bones.
Yeah, I see what Aeroflame's trying to do, but it's just it's like a flimsy rat.
Yeah, it's really
There's
try.
plenty
Like,
of
if he was like talking about like his bone being touched inside his body, sure, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not when it's literally outside of his fucking body for protection for a wall, like a fucking Susanoo. That's like saying, oh, you hit a Susanoo, yeah, but that's like technically connected to the body, therefore you're hitting their body. Like, no, you're hitting the fucking Susanoo, not their body. That's the whole point of a defense.
It's strange that he's trying to win that point. He's losing.
Losing
Let me
horribly.
just post it in the can, just so I can maybe just so we can both read it.
Oh my god. You already talked about it.
The physical structure of a person or an animal,
Say
including
that.
bone, flesh, or organ, excuse me. So if he's touching his bones, like I don't.
By his logic, what he's basically saying is when Naruto punches Sasuke in the fucking face, he's now hitting his organs. Like, you know, or his bones, you know, like... Oh my fucking god, bro.
It's a debate.
What's the definition? What's the definition of? Is the definition of body?
Yeah, that's the
Physical
definition of
structure of a
body.
person or animal, including the bones, resting. Well, that's this analogous, right? Because we know that bones of a human is inside, not outside.
Yes.
Right. So how do you know that touching the bones outside of a person's body is touching the body? Because if a human, if you're touching somebody's body, right?
Bro, he just broke Arrow's mind.
Bones is inside of your body. So if you're touching the bones, you're touching the body. With Kimaru, he has a Kekkei Genkai that allows the bones to come out of his body.
Yes.
Right? So how do you know that him touching his bones outside of his body is the same thing as touching his body of a human that bones are inside?
You think that
yes,
human...
he just explained that perfectly and refuted it.
Yeah, he's right about
can
that.
exist outside their body regularly?
How can they?
They just can. I don't know how. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know
So-
if it's banned for posting porn here. But I can
That's such
show
a
you
basis
bones,
claim.
like on a living person.
And it's not
outside
even
of their
correct
body.
by science either.
Okay, you can show me.
And D1 literally just explained.
I really don't want to. Get someone else post it in scans and then tell me when you're done, and then I'll look back.
Post what?
He said that he doesn't believe that bones can exist outside of the body on a living person. So can someone
I got a
post these
picture.
scans? Yeah, just post that, please. I don't know why we're going this far, but tell me when you post
Well, yeah,
it.
that's,
Let him look at
that's
it.
just a
And then
given. I
tell
don't know
me.
why D1's being on that, but that's a false equivalence. That doesn't even connect to this whole fucking thing.
You want it could be any
Of a human
bones,
being born with a fucking
Uh,
body
bones
defect of
that's
having
living
a
outside
bone
of a
outside his
human
body.
person's
Like, what the
body.
fuck does
You
that have
can
to do
show
with
that.
anything?
Yeah, Aeroflame's red herring.
Yeah.
Straight away from topic. This is like not relevant at all.
Yeah, Jay would have just been like, "You're red herring. We can move on."
I would have even entertained it. I'm like, you know, just, I would have been like, dude, move on. This shit.
What?
Oh, that's what I'm saying,
What is
Jay.
this?
You could have read a gauntlet and be like all
So
these
the bone is someone's
motherfuckers.
finger.
Arrow 6,
really
D1, Arrow
not a
Flame at
bone,
the
bro.
same time.
I
Maybe
mean,
even
you
Troy
know,
if
sorry,
he's
bro.
even this bad at this
It says
time.
external.
Like, oh my god.
I thought you
You'd have been
said
hailed
that
as the
bone.
fucking next Seth, but
Right,
just
so
not as the
I wanna
pet.
Oh
see
god.
physical
Yeah,
bones.
Because around that
Seth
time,
brought
Seth
that
was
up.
like a
Being
god,
outside.
you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah,
And I wonder why. Look at all these fucking ding dongs, bro. Like Seth was like maybe like I guess if we were giving him the benefit of the doubt, like was on like getting close to our levels or whatever, yada yada. That's why he was just like seemed as a god or whatever. No wonder, bro, when they're all fucking struggling, you know what I mean, like this shit with these old ass debates.
Yeah, like in the past.
Side of somebody's body.
Like a skeleton?
That's what a bone is.
Well, I
Yours-
can tell you a fucking skeleton. Look in general.
That's not a human.
Yeah, look at.
That's not a human.
I think D1's wrong on
So
that though.
if I were
A
to
skeleton is a fucking human. What the fuck?
He's allowed this
or
to go
play
too
all
long.
the flesh and muscle off her body and toss it in the trash, and all you had was that her bones left, you would
Yeah,
just
that's
be
not
like,
the same
"That's
thing.
not me, ma."
Yeah, that's not the same thing, right? So we have
That is your fucking me, ma.
he has this bones coming out of his body. We know that humans, right, have bones inside of their
It's not
body.
even relevant. What does it
Right.
fucking
I
matter?
know,
So
bro.
we know that we touching the human, right? We're touching their body because their bones are inside, rather than our bones being outside, where Lee is kicking him, right? So his foot is just touching the bones, not his body, right? So how do we know, right? That's like me, like you said, you take a skeleton out of somebody's body, you rip all the bones outside of their body. You can grab the bone of their body like a skeleton and not be touching their body. Like,
What?
if you're saying that
So,
somebody,
wait, D1, when like surgeons do surgery, do you think they just Danny Phantom their hands through the bones?
D1 really does not have to entertain.
Like,
this.
do you
think
if
once
anything,
their,
he's
like,
just
no.
continuing to try to give
exposed to the
Arrow a
open
chance.
air, they become
Yeah, this
like,
is not fucking relevant at all.
what's the word? Fucking not transparent.
Explained it multiple times, provided
immaterial?
examples. No.
Like ethereal
I don't know what the
things.
fuck.
Explain the context and the feats with the fight. He won this already.
Yeah, this is just
No,
like
that's not what I'm saying. So
red herring
what
the
I'm
whole
saying
time.
is that the bones, right, that Kimimaro has is outside of his body.
They're going
We know that
circular.
the human bones is inside his body.
Yeah, literally.
So how do you know?
Keep going.
That shit's not relevant at all.
That's literally like mucus and shit.
I'll leave. No, I don't want to see it.
Like, guys, this isn't relevant. It's just, they're just going circular, talking about it over and over. So it's not like we're being
Fucking
unfair for
bones.
Arrow or anything like that. Like, now they're over here talking about fucking mucus and shit. Not like.
What the fuck are they talking about?
I'm done with my scale. I'm just asking you, did you want to give a hand to clearly
It's right here.
Clearly, by definition, it is. I don't know if another move on that.
Alright, we can move on.
Yeah, D1 definitely won that.
Do you have any other points for
And he even won. And he even won with debunking the scaling of Lee being over Kimimaro. So.
Yeah, he did well there.
Yeah, he blatantly showed Kimimaro is not weaker, and then also even proved that drunkenly is just more stronger than the gates. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with everything
he did pretty good at that.
Yeah. So far he cannot connect any of that chain scaling to Neji.
Yeah, no, you really can't.
You want me to go over my scaling? You done with your scaling?
I mean, I'm not done with my scale. I'm just asking you, did you want to give a hand to point?
This is all your points, right? I think we went over everything about.
No, I'm not gonna say this is all my points. I'm just asking you, do you want to keep going with your speed? Do you want to bring up what your scaling is?
Yeah, that's why I asked. Like, are you finished your speed scaling? That's
No. I'm gonna be open to talking about the speed of both characters, so long as we're on the speed point. I just want to know what your scaling is.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you can finish your speed scaling first, since you already started. I'll just go.
Nigga, just answer. What is your scaling, bro? What's your scaling, bro?
Oh, what's my scaling? I'll
Yeah.
go to my speed scaling. That's fine. So do you have any problem about Kimimaro being above the sound floor?
Do I have any
We all know that.
being above the sound?
Yeah, that's obvious.
All right. So Kimimaro above the sound floor, right? Are you aware that like
Hey, he conceded
Neji
that.
states that Kimimaro is by far stronger than him?
Ooh.
Oh,
Since Eric conceded to that, he shouldn't have. I mean, because that's going to put him in a bad spot now. He's bringing up the Neji to the Spider-Man dude. Damn. That's a simple chain scaling. That's it.
Yeah, that's really simple.
he just did a bait tactic right there.
Yeah.
And then Neji one character.
Yeah, that's meant to have Neji.
I don't know. I disagree.
Yeah, I'll show you why. All right, and I'll get the scan.
Neji was mentally ill. What? Yo.
Oh my god.
I know that he says the statement. I just think that he
I just want to get it for like the judge and shit.
This is crazy, bro.
I'm
sorry. D1 is just winning right now. Like he's just been way.
Yeah, he's been winning at most
way
points.
over all. Yeah, like he's just going. It's not even fair at this point, bro.
Welcome back.
Like maybe somehow, some way, Eric could come back and win something. But right now, D1's winning the most major scaling points. You know?
There, so
yeah, he is.
Get you up to speed.
And especially if he continues to keep delivering on this, because basically if he gets this, then now that means Kimimaro is over Sound 4, right? Neji is struggling with the Sound 4, you know what I mean? And technically would have lost, and he needed a mental amp in order to beat Spider-Man, which is true in the end. If it wasn't for Naruto, you know, and then the mental amp, he would have died and lost that fight. So regardless, you have all that. So therefore, Neji loses to Kimimaro. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple. So.
Been for like 3 minutes rapid.
Now, if you were, I'm just gonna give some advice for the Neji people. If you were debating and arguing for Neji, technically one way to try to do it to survive is, you know, you could be like, oh well, Neji forced the Spider-Man dude to concede, and you know, like in hand-to-hand combat in taijutsu, to where he had to like start fighting from a range or whatever, yada yada, because he got like speed blitz when they first were going blow for blow. You know what I mean? And even CM1 wasn't enough. He had to keep his distance and some shit. You know, you can kind of go along those lines and try to, you know, extrapolate stuff like that, and to prove that, you know, Neji was over the whole time without a mental amp. But unless you do that, you're fucked. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
He by far, I don't have much trouble.
Bottom line is, he should have never conceded to the Kimimaro over. He should have at least contended that and tried. Even though it is blatantly obvious, but that's what happens when you want to fucking debate Neji versus Kimimaro. So, you know, he kind of did
that put him in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Now I can dodge the next, right? So basically, he even makes the claim that he's stronger than him, right? And then we see him literally dodge the. I mean, he didn't dodge it. He literally tanks it on purpose so that he could send Gentle Fist to Kidomaru, right? And then after Kidomaru hits the Gentle Fist, he then runs up on him and then like hits him with the 64 palms. And this is the Neji that's mental has, because we know that he has like flashbacks of like Naruto. Then he's like, Naruto, what would you do in this situation and shit like
Yeah.
that. And that's when he starts giving himself a speech about I have to win, even if my enemy is stronger
D1's
than me. I
getting it,
must
man.
win, due to the fact that he knows
Yeah,
he
he
has
is.
a mission to fulfill.
Hey, I'm a dick rider, Jay. You know.
The fact that he wants to
Every
fulfill
time I
his
give him
mission
a
is what's
a
giving
W
him
verdict.
the mission to defeat this person.
Arrow was like
And I'm
purposely
just
ratting.
scared
I
of,
think.
like him having
It's
flashbacks.
doing so bad.
I think he's like playing around. Like he, yeah.
Imagine
D1's
Choi
obviously
comes in the
winning.
end and says, yeah, he won, Arrow.
Oh God, I'm definitely biased.
Yeah, so there's no way to quantify how much stronger he got if you're saying that he got an ant.
You don't even have to
Because
quantify
both
what?
him and Kidomaru were like,
That's
damn.
easily fucking refutation Jay would have had. Just bringing up quantification. What? That's not
That's
the.
not relevant. That's not relevant at all.
I'm really low as dick on chakra. Like, I don't have shit left, right? So if he's already nerfed to the point where he just has nothing left, and then he gets ants.
That further
Yeah.
strengthens D1's argument, bro. You're saying he's like super weak, he's hurt, whatever, and then now he can do it. Like that just proves that clearly the mental amp was made him to be able to do what he does while injured and fatigued.
Yeah, I mean,
look at Hiruzen. The
doesn't
Orochimaru.
Yeah, it doesn't negate much.
No.
No way of saying if he'd be as strong as Fresh Neji.
Yeah, I don't. You said as strong as what?
Fresh Neji, like not injured Neji.
Fresh Neji literally gets bodied.
Fresh Neji doesn't get bodied.
He does.
Fresh Neji almost killed Kidomaru. Kidomaru fights him to the point he's like, yeah, hand-to-hand combat is a no-go.
Okay.
The only reason
Saying
he's
that.
able to do anything against fucking Neji is because he hard counters him with the fucking the spiders, the long range, and the golden armor.
So an easy way to easily shit on that, which mind you, that's what I said that would be the best way to do it if in this situation, as he decided to put himself in a bad situation. Easiest way to do it. D1 already said the statement of Neji saying verbatim that he's his strongest opponent. So that's very strong as well. He explains the whole mental amp thing and how he even won to begin with. That's really good and strong as well. Now Arrow's doing this. All D1 really has to do to say on this, well, that's not the case, because if base Neji was stronger, then he would have literally just still speed blitz the Spider-Man dude, even if he was trying to create distance. Because you're trying to create distance from someone doesn't mean that they are stronger than you. You know what I mean? Or like you can't fight them anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you clearly have to be fast enough in order to gain that distance, to create that distance, and start fighting long range, right? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it doesn't prove superiority. It just proves like you have a different arsenal.
it's just strategizing. It proves that they're clearly still equal to each other. And he's strategizing, and he's trying to fight from a distance now, which is unfortunately Neji's weakness because he's close combat. So if D1 argues that correctly, then he's still good, which I'm assuming he will do. But
Yeah.
the initial 64 palms. And on top of that, he didn't use 60. I don't even think he used 64 palms on fucking Kidomaru. I think he just hits him one time.
He's literally able to like shoot webs at Neji, and then like Neji gets trapped in the web.
they're
and that's
equal.
when he finds out they can
They're showing
use
constant
this to
equal.
defeat them. So yes,
Yeah.
he shows even relativity to this Neji, even a fresh Neji. At
He
that.
catches that Neji off guard, and then
what? Off guard? Oh my god. Neji literally blocks like a million fucking webs, and they're going back and
Yeah, he does.
forth. You know what I mean? Even the anime emphasizes that shit, and then he gets hit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Neji bursts out of the web, and then he tries to go in for a fight, and then after
Off guard
he's
is
like,
when
yeah,
Naruto's
close
able
range.
to trick the Spider-Man dude and get behind him, and even the Spider-Man's like, what the fuck, huh? And then he's able to turn around in time and then block his punch. And I mean, but Naruto's only able to land a punch on his block because he caught him off guard. That was a blatant off guard hit.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and if Naruto used his brain and used a Rising-On instead of a fucking punch, he actually would have just killed the Spider-Man dude right there and then.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
It would have hurt him.
Yeah. That's an off-guard
I
fucking
just
hit.
have to stay far away, or he'll fucking kill me.
I'll show you why it's not off guard. Hold
Once
on,
again,
gotcha.
also further proving
Yeah,
Kaguya got
nice,
speed blitz, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Spider-Man dude could over here react from fucking behind, you know, while off guard.
Yeah, fucking cockers you. Raw durability.
Shit, I'm about to start calling Minato raw durability, bro.
Oh, yeah. He has
Ever
more
since
fucking
that
raw
Ninetales
durability.
shit, bro, he got that raw durability.
The fucking 14-year-old, he had more raw durability.
Literally,
Cockers,
bro.
apparently.
Like, because we know the Rising on stronger than Raikuri, you know what I mean? And the Rising Shuriken's also weaker than Tail Beast Bomb. You connect all the dots, do the math. You know what I mean? If Kagusumi are getting bodied by Rising Shurikens and Raikuris, motherfucker getting fucking tanking a Biju Bomb. You know what I mean? While Minato comes over here, can tank all that shit in the Force, you name it, blah, blah, you know, and has the same power as a fucking teen. I mean, so guess what? He just gets shit on.
I would fucking disintegrate that
Motherfucker's
motherfucker.
AP is Biju Bomb levels of Ninetales.
Yeah, literally. As a fucking kid.
Yeah, it wasn't. He literally just killed him with one shot. He just murdered them.
Hey. I got you right. So we literally see Neji looking directly at him. He's shooting spiderwebs at him.
Yeah, so D1 once again already refuted perfectly. Of like he didn't even like say what I said. He just brought up like other feats of the webbing and range ninjutsu and just showing them equally scaling to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And him
Definitely.
getting the advantage through the fight. You know?
Yeah, that's obvious relativity.
Yeah.
Traps Neji.
And then when Neji did, he creates an off guard opening because he waits for him to like try to stab him with his long spear thing, and then he times it, gentle fist the web. You know what I mean? Gets out, ducks the fucking hit, and then runs on top of it, and then has free reign, and then starts landing hand-to-hand combat 64 palms on him.
Yeah, literally.
He was literally stuck. You know what I mean? There's no way to fucking do anything or move, and that's why he was forced to use his armor to negate what he does. Meaning, still clearly showing equal scaling because he's still able to react and then, use the armor to protect himself from gentle fist. Meaning, further proving they scale to each other. So, but either way, D1 doesn't even have to say all that. He already proved with the webbing shit and you name it.
I'll play around with you, then I'll kill you. Because we know that Kidomaru likes to play.
I'm sorry, we're not bullshitting, but D1 has this in the bag.
That he likes to play.
Yeah, he has been winning most of the points.
Yeah, and then he still loses.
This is the most important one right here.
Yeah, he loses to a mental Neji, which we can't quantify.
So you can't say he's stronger than Fresh Neji.
No. What I'm saying is that Neji states in himself that he's far stronger than him.
Yeah, but then he kills him.
Yeah.
And then technically even a further strength in D1 if he wanted to as well. When Neji hits him in the end, that's also another off-guard hit because the Spider-Man dude's literally swinging on the trees like fucking Spider-Man, and then Neji just comes out of nowhere and then just hits his ass. You know what I mean? Like, he just didn't even have any time to react, whatever. He was blatantly off-guard, and he's mentally amped. So, like, he's just very fast, whatever, and there you go. He got the edge. It's just like here's in Orochimaru all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very similar.
Far stronger than him because Neji was getting by the entire fight. He doesn't say, because I'm
like literally it's dead as like the same amp.
He's just making the claim based off
and help, get Sasuke, and not give up and lose.
He can get in and
even when someone's stronger than him.
This makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
The gentle fist is a one-hit kill. All you need is a brush to kill somebody.
Can you show me where he one-shots him? Because he literally used like palms. Where is it?
The most recent scan I posted is him. Oh, hold on. I posted those out of order. This is him like running across the entire forest, whatever the distance was that Kidomaru was shooting from, to Kidomaru.
So I'm gonna be honest.
Killing him in
the manga, I think it is just one hit. It's either It either is still a couple hits or it is one hit. In the anime, he combos his bitch ass.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah. Anime, he just combos his ass.
My bad. Here it goes.
He just murders him, runs up on him and murders him, kills him. He's dead.
All right, let me see the scan.
And by the way, even if the manga was one hit, that's not necessarily a contradiction. That could just be extra detail once again.
Yeah, he even states no matter how
anime just further illustrates.
Yeah, just basically the anime would just be showing Neji like hitting him more, while the manga just skips to the final blow.
So he stated that he cannot lose this match because of a certain reason. And this certain reason is what's giving him the ambition to push through his injuries, right, and to gain this strength in order to defeat Kidomaru. Because we know that Neji even states that like he's low on chakra, he can barely move, right? And then he tanks the little bullet on purpose, sends Gentle Fist through the web, right? It enters his mouth and destroys his system, which makes Kidomaru like goes into this state where he can't even like move. That's when he runs up on him and uses the Gentle Fist on him to shut him down, right?
Yep.
So
True.
Like that Kidomaru was already out of commission when he used Gentle
Yeah,
Fist.
he actually
So
hit
at
him
best-
with one gentle fist right up the whip, to where then he
Yeah.
starts falling down because he was paralyzed in a way from the hit, from his internal organs getting hit, and then he finally regains control of his body and he starts trying to swing and and get away or whatever, and then Neji runs all the way down, runs all the way down so fucking fast with a mental AM to where this motherfucker's flying with webs like Spider-Man, and he's still fast enough to get to his ass with severe injuries. And then fucking give him the 1-2-3 combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their relative at that.
No, that's the gentle
So
fist
meaning,
is
technically,
a
it wasn't
Durag-
one hit. It was actually multiple hits if you also count when he originally puts his gentle fist into his spider webbing shit.
Yeah,
It
technically,
was
yeah,
just
it's
a
more than
brush.
one.
Like, you're saying all that shit, no matter what his health was, if he gets hit by the gentle fist, you're gonna fucking die.
It's not true.
You said what?
This
The
Hinata
gentle fist
fucking is an
ignores
example.
durability.
Neji didn't give a
So he
fuck
get
about
hit.
that bitch either. He wanted to kill her.
Yeah, he would have killed her too.
You know how many times he hit her, bro?
By
Literally.
it, you fucking die.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's
Oh
not
my
true.
God.
Prove
Okay,
it.
I'll
I
give
mean,
it to
Naruto
you.
too didn't die either.
Naruto, yeah, Naruto too.
Gentle Fist literally shuts down your
And he even
chakras.
warned Naruto. He told the Pride, hey, if you don't stop, I'm gonna kill him. And he kept going. And he didn't die.
He did die.
Yeah. That's hitting the Tenketsu point. The gentle
Oh
fist in
my
general
God.
attacks external
Oh my goodness.
organs, dog.
He's saying hitting the points is in gentle fist now, bro. What the
Oh my
fuck?
You said what?
The gentle fist in general.
Jay, you would have had a
attacks
blast
the
with Arrow,
internal
bro.
organs.
You would
Oh,
just
man.
Yeah. You do know
He would just
Hinata
keep
survived,
throwing. He would
right?
just keep throwing bullshit like
Yeah,
that.
he's not trying to
He's
kill you,
digging
he's
his
holding
grave, bro.
He literally like strikes her heart.
And if you
Jay,
want to-
Jay would have literally said like, "You fucking dumb bitch!" Like so you really think? Are
My
you fucking
God.
stupid?
I'm like, dude, I'd be like, are you lying to me or yourself at this point, buddy?
strike her heart, you could have killed her. That's why he says, okay, now I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, Jay would have had a
They
blast
said,
with him,
this
bro.
nigga's gonna kill
That shit
her.
would've been
They
funny.
stopped him. Like,
He
come
literally
on,
says-
dog.
Oh man.
He literally says, "I'll
what?
kill her," and then goes strikes her.
And then goes to strike her,
Yeah.
and they stop him.
No, he literally hits her in the heart. He attacks her organs, and you said Gentle Fist
Yeah,
kills
he
you.
does.
He hit her in the heart.
He
So he
said
brought up the
there's
Hinata
no
stuff.
need
Like,
to
yo,
separate
D1
my
got it in the
legs.
bag,
That's
bro. I'm
not
telling
true,
you.
Neji.
Yeah, he
I
does.
can see it all. It's not me at all. The person lost and suffering within the destiny of the main branch houses is you. And then he rushes her, and then when everybody senses the intent to kill, they stop him.
You do know he uses Gentle Fist on Kidomaru.
Right. And he gets
Right.
stopped. He gets
Yeah.
stopped by the golden armor.
By what golden armor?
The golden armor that he excretes from his pores.
No, what I'm saying is that he used Gentle Fist through the webs. You aware?
Right. But it doesn't matter because Gentle Fist attacks your organs anyway.
No, what I'm saying is that Neji, after he
And
takes
D1 also already mentioned this, but once again, he hit all his points into the 64 palm shit, but he also did gentle fist hits on him, the same shit as well. It's all gentle fist, by the way, and there's nothing different. There's FYI, but he also did both types of hits. He did the strike point thing, and he does like the normal body hits to hit the organs and shit. He does all of that. The same thing he did in Hinata, he does in Naruto, multiple
Yeah,
times.
he does.
And D1 even brought that up. You named it. So once again, like this is.
the bullet,
He doesn't even
sends
have to
Gentle
entertain
Fist
this.
through the web, which
Nah.
goes into Kidomaru, and that's why Kidomaru's
This would have took you like 10 minutes, Jay, or not even like 5 or 4 minutes or 3
Red
minutes.
herring
or
shit.
so,
I wouldn't even entertain.
You wouldn't even entertain it,
Yeah.
bro. You sorry, we can move on if you think you won.
So the
I
Neji
wouldn't even give a shit
that
about that.
defeats Kidomaru, right, is under commission due to the fact that he used Gentle Fist through the web to the point where Kidomaru cannot move no more, and that is why Neji runs up on him and then hits him with the Gentle Fist. So the Neji that's going to go use Gentle Fist on Kidomaru can no longer move, right?
But the
And they
Gentle Fist... Go ahead.
yeah, you go ahead.
The Gentle Fist always ignores durability. It doesn't matter that he floated through the web.
That is true. It does
What I'm
ignore
saying is that
durability.
this Neji that runs up on him, he's already out of commission, so it doesn't even scale. And this Neji, as I stated before, is mentally out.
Now that it's going circular.
So
Again.
that's
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
with him being
Yeah.
mentally
I'm just gonna
There's
skip
no-
this.
And bypass.
Okay, right. So you agree with like this Neji being mentally out?
Sure.
All right. So the one that states that he's far stronger than him, right, is saying the statement based off observations of the fight, right? And he states the claim that he's by
He
far
says that
stronger.
several times actually, saying he's stronger. He's saying it over and over and panicking.
Right.
Yeah, he
So
is.
what do you think Neji is seducing this argument
I
based
think
off?
he said it like 3
this
times.
observation based off of
He's just unconfident.
his own confidence.
Wow.
He's just unconfident. We know that characters have wavering confidence in the series, and then his confidence
Jay would immediately said, "Yeah,
and
your
then he just
your
runs up
sophist
on
tactics
him
are
and kills
fucking
him.
trash,
You can
bitch.
say
Move on."
that he's
Yeah,
far
that's a
stronger,
horrible
but
premise. No.
demonstrably, he's
Lock of
not.
confidence.
You
Come
get
on.
I don't see any reason for Neji to be unconfident in this situation when we know that Neji is not even an unconfident type of person. We know that he literally like prides himself. Right. So this Neji, right?
shot.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, dog?
Arrow
Like,
screaming,
even if you're a
got
confident
shot.
fella, if a nigga had a sniper rifle trained
What
on
does
you,
getting
he just
shot
shot
mean, bro?
you in the shoulder,
God.
would
It
you
means
still
he
be
wasn't
walking around
fast
like
enough
you
to
had the
react,
biggest dick
dude.
this side of the
That's
city?
disanalogous. That's disanalogous.
No,
in
it's
this
not
scenario.
disanalogous.
That
He's
is.
he's in a disadvantageous position.
No,
Where
because
wait, I'm explaining. He's in a disadvantageous position where his opponent.
What does
has
that even
figured out
mean,
his
disanalogous? Because
his
6 and
opponent
them are
has
saying
the
that shit all the
advantage
time.
in
Yeah,
that he's a
disanalogous
close
just
range
means
fighter,
like when
and
you
his
try to
opponent is a
create an
long-range
analogy, it
fighter
doesn't
who's
apply.
at a
Oh,
range,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's normal for you to feel
It's kinda like a false
unconfident when
equivalency.
you're in a
Gotcha.
disadvantageous
Basically,
position, and this is a Neji who's learned that he can lose.
Okay, so even when he wasn't at a disadvantage location, right, and he was shooting all the spider webs and all the arrows at him, he found out his blind spot and then was able to tag him several times before this Neji was even shot, right? So how can you say that just because he's been shot now that he's unconfident? Even when he got shot, he still was saying that I'm still going to win. I'm still going to fulfill my mission, showing that he has confidence that he is going to win. So even after he's being shot, he's still making these claims as if that he's confident himself that he's going to win. So how can you say that he's unconfident just because he has been shot when he has the abilities like rotation, gentle fist to block all these attacks? That's where the
Sensory.
disanalogous part come in from.
Yeah,
Because you
literally.
can't protect yourself from a sniper. You don't have a fucking rotation shield that can fucking reflect buildings.
That's the whole point of rotation as well, by the way.
Neji,
That means that he also further
he
proves
can
that
use in
his
order
attack
to
was so
defend
fast that
himself
he couldn't
with
use
those
rotation
attacks.
and
So I don't
response.
see any reason
Yeah,
for
he
him to
was-
be
he
unconfident.
lacked reaction.
Because yeah, don't get me wrong, he was hitting his blind spot, so
That's really-
technically he
that's not-
can't
that's not
sense it and
valid.
react accordingly. Otherwise he
Because
would have.
that's the
But he
whole
still has
thing.
rotation, and that's the whole point for that.
Rotation
It counters
doesn't
his
work
blind
on
spot.
Kidomaru.
Yeah.
Kidomaru has a move set that is a direct.
Like bottom line
counter.
is like this is all irrelevant
he got-
because D1 already said all the points. He named it from beginning, the middle. He explained everything. Like everything Arrow's doing, he's just grasping at straws. He's trying to look for anything,
Yeah, he is.
and he just can't get something to stick. So
shot with
and they just
was
keep
a
going
fucking
circling.
arrow
I
that
don't know
fucking
why.
swivels and then I have to win. There's a reason I can't lose.
Send you it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Thank God we're almost done.
Yeah, Jesus. Fucking Arrow, you could tell he's just like he's purposely just
Alright,
grasping
so
the
this is
shit.
before he
Yeah.
just
See
shoots
what
the big
sticks,
arrow and
but-
like runs up on him. Right. With the big arrow and like has confidence in himself. And then in the next panel he gets hit. And then he makes the claim. Out of all the opponents I have faced to this day, he is the
Yep,
most
he even
powerful.
showed the chronological sequence, so he disproved
Yeah.
his narrative wrong as well.
Yeah, literally.
So he basically says like, I must defeat him, whatever, blah blah yada yada. Then gets hit by the arrow, and then continues to push on. You know what I mean? To fight.
Yeah.
So it's not because he's fucking unconfident or some bullshit. That would have to happen like fucking
That's not Neji talking.
before.
That's Kidomaru.
That is Neji.
Yeah.
No, it's not. The titch is Neji. That's why the twist is towards his face. The reason that it's coming in like disembodied slurs is because Kidomaru is talking.
It's literally pointing towards Neji, implying that Neji is the one saying this thing.
No, it's not.
This man's saying Neji's not speaking
now.
now. That's fucking
Right, so he
crazy.
says, what are you struggling for? The game is already
This is the worst attempt I've ever seen in writing or sophist, bro.
Dude,
The
yeah, I could tell,
worst.
like-
I thought Noodles fucked up at certain points with this shit. but holy fuck, this is bad.
Easy game.
Arrow's trying to bully him, but I think he's better than he
You
expected.
can
Yeah.
never beat me.
That's not what he says. He's not talking. Look in the bottom scan. Do you see how in the bottom scan it's an oval pointing towards Neji? And then in all the scans where Tito Marty is talking, it's a rectangle.
Where?
Tito Marty.
Here's the last one. Even in one, here's the last one. It's in circle, and that's Kidomaru speaking.
That's Kidomaru thinking.
Yeah, he's speaking. Here's the last one, right? And it's in circle.
Bro, this man's trying to use shapes in order to show who's talking, even though it's showing the same. And D1 immediately just refuted that by showing no, he has circles too. That doesn't go through that. Arrow's just that's crazy. He really dead ass thinks D1's a fucking tier fucking 100 debater or some shit.
Yeah, you
Where it
underestimated
says
him.
here's the last one in the first scan I said.
I'm skipping that.
See, the other time,
It's in circle.
there's just no like you're trying to say different. When he's powerful, bro.
I didn't catch it. Right. And he literally did that when he was like fatigued, low on chakra. Like he done shot so many arrows at Neji, used so many attacks, used so many spires, drained them, and then used gentle fists on him to the point where he can't move.
Yeah, he didn't use gentle fist. All he did was surge his chakra through it.
Oh,
Yeah,
and technically,
he-
that also further prove if D1. He didn't mention this, but even after Neji hits another gentle fist on him, he was still alive. It took for a bit for him to die. He didn't die instantly. So
Yeah, I know.
I
I need to get you the anime where he literally does it.
Yeah, he surges his do you think I didn't just say he surges his chakra through it to disrupt him?
I'm surprised there
But
was
he
not
doesn't
any
hit him with
packing.
gentle
I was expecting
He literally
some
said
packing.
gentle fist.
D1's like
No, this is-
always hailed as the pack
Huh?
god.
I'll get it for you. You literally say
Yeah,
gentle
please.
fist.
Yeah, I'll just get it from the manga. I have the.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Guess Arrow likes packing
No,
on-
I'll just send the manga.
Yes, sir.
Him, he definitely fucking packs.
Alright, I'll get to the anime for you.
I don't know why you're getting the anime.
This is funny because you don't know what it
it
is.
doesn't
That's how
contradict.
you know there's nobody likes Noodles. You know what I mean? Like D1 packs his ass, Arrow, all these other people, even me. Yet these two who are known for packing don't even pack each other. Not
They
once.
haven't even tried to pack each other.
No.
If the shit doesn't happen. Maybe I'm confused though.
And the funny part is D1 spurred on 6 because they debated, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, I think I might have seen that.
Yeah, I think 6 won that too from my memory. What's it called? But they debated, and that shit was actually funny. And D1 got mad at a certain point and started spurging on him. And then 6 was like, I forgot what 6 was saying, but he was just like just not amused by it. He's like, "You're dumb." Or well, actually, no, 6 started packing. My bad. Yeah, he started packing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like nobody expected it because 6 never does that. But I guess he's
not known for that.
he explained it and said he just got so angry at D1, so he started doing it back to him, and it was hilarious.
Oh,
You gotta
see
react to that
That's
shit
hilarious.
one day, bro.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
It was funny. I never like reacted to it on my YouTube, but I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it's been. I saw that a long time ago too.
Like this is not fucking talking.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, extend his chakra across the entire distance
Mm-hmm.
and then extend it into Kidomaru. And even that was enough to make it so Kidomaru's organs were damaged. And then when Neji was able to more accurately and precisely apply the chakra, he just killed him. So that's fine.
Yeah, I already
He
get
didn't have enough to put into it the first time. So fresh Neji,
No.
we just killed him.
I already gave like my argument for contentious with that. But do you have any? We can move on. You have anything else?
Now he finally says we can move
He's like,
on.
fuck this.
You should have said that a long time ago, bro.
Yeah.
No, we could.
Shut up.
You want to conclude the debate?
All right, so they're going to conclusion. Yeah, so
That's
D1
his
won.
conclusions.
Yeah, D1 won.
Yeah, he did. Arrow didn't like. He would make these premises, but not substantiate them, and then D1 would just he would like refute it, and then fucking Arrow would restate the same premise, and then he would refute it again and again, and the circle. Like, dude, goddamn, end the shit already.
And what was
shit could've
most
been, like-
hilarious about that shit, Jay, is he's always saying, like, "Oh, like, that's not how Gentle Fist, or or Gentle Fist, it can one shot people, whatever, blah blah, yada yada." That's not even true because literally once again, that's D1 provided. Like Neji literally says, "I will use Gentle Fist" on when he applies the chakra into his web line. it goes all the way down, hits his body, and then affects him the same way it would normally do to anybody. Like as if you
he
tag
refuted.
him, you know,
He refuted basically everything Arrow said.
everything.
Like, most things. And Arrow, I think he underestimated D1. He probably thought he was gonna fucking slam him or something, but D1's better than he thought. So
like he got his ass with feats, with statements.
yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
he
I'm
had
sorry.
plenty of evidence. Arrow barely extracted.
In the
it.
beginning, there was contentiousness, though. I will
Yeah, at the
say
beginning,
that.
yeah.
There
Yeah,
was,
at the beginning
and
it was
then
more
and then and we do even agree that Arrow won the whole fucking lead thing. You know what I mean? That like with the gate thing with where he can hurt Neji now. You know what I mean? But
yeah, he brought up the multiplier and the AP shit.
Arrow got that point, but the problem is D1 got the most important points, which is the chain scaling he was trying to do with Sasuke and Naruto. He debunked all that bullshit, you name it. Brought up the training, why they're way stronger, yada yada. And then after all that, since that didn't fucking go through, then they went to the whole Sound 4 to Kimaru and Lee shit, and he immediately baited him in the debate for the Sound 4 weaker than Kimaru, since he conceded to that. Then they went to the Kimaru and Lee shit, and then D1 won even that scaling of proving that Kimaru is still stronger and that Drunken Fist could actually be more possibly stronger than the fifth gate. He won that as well. Then they went to, and then D1 provided his scaling to refute and basically say why therefore Neji loses, and basically saying he was struggling to the spider dude. You know what I mean? Who's weaker than Kimaru. Therefore, he gets fucking slammed. So he won.
Yeah, he won. He won. Yeah, D1 won the debate overall.
So it's that fucking simple.
Aeroflame just won.
Yeah, but it was good overall. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Not even the packing sense, just the what the fuck.
Yeah, it was Arrow. Like I think he thought he was gonna slam him, but
literally did. So, but hey, if you guys enjoyed this video with me and Jay, like you guys already know the vibes. Go check out his YouTube, you name it. Give him all the love and support if you fuck with his content. Make sure to like, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know who you think won. This should be very obvious in my opinion. Very fucking obvious. But let me know, comment. As always, subscribe for more content. Subscribe, you guys, on the channel. And another reminder. You guys probably won't see this, so it doesn't even matter. But fucking, I'm not actually. There's no fucking point. I was gonna say Thunder Guys over here linking up with us Saturday, but there's no point.
Oh yes, sure.
But yeah. So, but anyways, Batman out. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
All right, chat.